Simmer down, simmer down, simmer down now. Simmer down now, simmer down now, simmer down.
YouTube, what is going on? My name is Canadian Hoser, and this is the first gameplay of Skyrim I've ever had, and it is the brand new Dawnguard DLC. So you can see the end of me here just ripping through the downloading, and you can see here I am going to get started. So I thought you had to like click on it in the title menu to get onto it, but no, what you do is you actually just play on your normal file, and then you just kind of wander around until somebody eventually mentions something. So for me it was right away. I mean, I was walking around, I had no idea what to do, and then I just walked past this guard totally randomly, and then he said something about the Dawnguard, and you can see me, I was walking, and I just totally randomly turn around, and I immediately get the mission, and my map is updated for the Dawnguard DLC. So you can see me here. I am about to go and go into my map, and I'll show you exactly where you go. But you can't, I don't think this is like, you can go, well actually I guess you could go here before they mention, but it's way over by Riften in the far right corner of the map right there. And I had never been that far, so I just fast traveled somewhere close, and this is me when as I'm running. And this cave brings you to the other side of the mountains where the Dawnguard thing is, and here's just a quick little spin around of my character, because I don't think I've ever showed it. This is a relatively new-ish character. I've got like everything. I've got Croesus, then I got the Guild Master armor, the Nightingale boots, the Shrouded gloves. I mean, I have everything that's just totally random armor. But it gets the job done, and so here's what the place looks like. I mean, it's really cool. It's a really cool place. And you run into a guy right at the beginning, and I go to my map here, and you'll see that I'm on the other side of the mountains now, in the clouded area. But yeah, you can see me, and I am going in, and right off the bat, you run into this guy. He's like, oh, I'm going to be a vampire slayer, will you come with me? Because, well, there's no way around it, this guy's a pussy. So he says, I'm kind of scared to go see the guy on my own, will you come with me? So you agree, and you go on an epic journey, and right here is the first glimpse of the crossbow. You can see some orc guy using it, and you get the crossbow. That's the first thing that you get in the DLC, which I will show you later. And yep, so you continue with this guy, and he goes on about how deserted this place is, and you'll see the story behind it in a minute as you walk in. So you walk in, and right away there are these two people having a conversation, and it's a vigil guy, or yeah, vigil Stendar person. And he's talking about how the Vigil of Stendar got like ripped, the Hall of Vigilance, I think it's called, the little hall in the mountains. I've been there before, and it just got ripped apart by vampires. And so this guy's pretty much telling you, like, oh, you have a fire in your belly for slaying vampires and stuff like that. So you have a quick conversation with him, what he wants you to do, and this video is going to be the first main quest you get in the DLC, and just the basics of the DLC. I'm no Skyrim pro. I guess I can't say the basics of it because I don't know the basics of it, but just some gameplay, I guess. So you have a conversation with him, and he basically says we need somebody to take the fight to the vampire because they're rebuilding the what's it called, Dawnguard place, because he said there's not, basically he's saying there's not much to join, we're just restarting the order right now, and so he says we need somebody to take the fight to the vampires where we get things all restarted and whatnot. So they say there's this place you need to go to, like south of Solitude or something like that, where the vampires seem to be very interested in. So you can see them chatting me up, and right before I go there, I went to the Hall of the Vigilant to see what damage was done to assess things. And you can see, I mean, the vampires did a number on them. You can see all the people here that are dead, and I take the potions and cure disease because I assume there's going to be quite a bit of vampirism spreading. Like herpes is going to be awful. But yeah, and this is the dog here, and it's a new enemy, I'm going to assume. I haven't seen it before, but yeah, I get a close look at this beauty over there, and I'm going to assume that we will be seeing more of them. And yeah, I'm just stalking up here for my big epic journey to the vampire cave thing. And yep, so this is the damage that the vampires have done, and the vigilance guy said that everybody died. And here's the cave that you need to go to. So I'll be fast forwarding through a lot and skipping through a lot, like through the loading scenes and stuff. And here's the first action with the crossbow that I did. So you see the dog, and I've got one of those overpowered sneak characters, so they don't see you very easily. But so I take out the dog, and then I run around here, and there's two vampires talking about how they slayed everybody and how they're top shit, and it's a pretty easy kill with the crossbows, but I'm not sure how it is. I usually am always sneaking when I'm going through a cave or a dungeon-like region, so it's always 3 times damage for me. I'm not sure what it's like without, if you don't have a sneak-like character, but for me, I think that would be the easiest for this DLC. And here you see a new feature to the game. It's the skeleton climbing out of the ground, and usually they pop out of tombs or something like that, but they just kind of pop out of nowhere here, and here's some little dark corner McDougling. The skeletons and all that stuff were in the corner. And here I just observe there's my Spectral Assassin versus Draugr Scourge, or whatever they're called, and the Vampire. And the Draugr definitely took this one. He wiped out the dog, the Vampire, and did a number on my Assassin guy. So I had to step in and end things. And yeah, so the DLC, I would definitely recommend getting it. It is so much fun, and I really hope my commentary isn't ruining any of the gameplay for you guys. I'm not the greatest commentator, but I figure you can only get better through experience, so I've been putting up a lot of commentaries recently. I mean, the majority of my gameplay that I put up now is commentaries, and here you'll see there's an enemy here, and this guy's just a bitch to fight, so I just skip through it, but he is the master vampire guy, so I'll show the first few shots and then skip to the end, because he healed, or not healed, re-summoned this dead spider that he just killed, and that makes everything so much harder. So you can see I have a lot of damage done on him already, and it took me so long to finish him off. But what you'll see there, and a lot of the vampires that I fight do it, what they do is they turn themselves invisible and just dip. They run away, so it's kind of hard to finish them off if they get invisible and run away. But if you can finish them off quickly enough, you won't have to worry about that. And I switched back to my crossbow. I had to switch to my bow and arrow there to finish them off, because the crossbow, it was making things increasingly difficult. And here, you don't get to see it, but what those you can see the vampires standing over a dead Vigil of Stendarr person, and they kill him, sadly. And so I take the first shot, and I wait for them to run up to me. And this is where things get very interesting. So you can see, I mean, I'm sneaking again, and I take this Lokir guy out, I believe that's his name. I take him out really quick, and I mean, there were people here, and I didn't want the gameplay to be too long, so just Fusro dodged them off the edge to finish him off quick. And it's important to retake all your stuff, all your bolts, because you aren't given that many. So I press the button here, and then I get stabbed through the hand, but you're Dragonborn, so you just kind of shake it off. And then there's a little puzzle thing that you have to do here that it took me a while to do, because I'm an idiot, apparently. But once you complete the puzzle, which I do very, very shortly, you will see, yep, I'm getting close to it. It took me actually a while to figure out how to do this puzzle. It was difficult, but then once I figured it out, I felt kind of stupid, because it was a really easy puzzle to do. And so you finish it, and then you open this thing up, and then derp, some random person just kind of falls out with an Elder Scroll on her back. And once you talk to this girl with the Elder Scroll, you figure out she's a vampire, and she needs your help, which is where you start the second quest in the DLC. And the video is coming to an end, but I'd like to say thank you very much for watching. Thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and in the comments below, tell me if you would like to see more gameplay from the DLC, and also tell me if you want to see just raw gameplay of the DLC without me doing a lot of editing or commentary, because I know sometimes I myself like to see just gameplay without the commentary. Sometimes I prefer it with the commentary. So I mean, it's all about what you guys want to see. So tell me in the comments below if you would like to see it with commentary, without commentary, or perhaps with less editing and just the raw gameplay. And thank you very much for watching.